Yes, I would support it. No, I haven't supported anything specifically that I know of. But the kinds of things that I think about are, the B&O rebate that I was talking about, for example. We need to make sure that our Black-owned business, Native, immigrant-owned businesses have access to capital. And we need to make sure that because those small businesses are marginal to begin with, that they aren't taxed at a burdensome rate the way the B&O structure works. We also know that our young people need better access to education. I mean, every system that our community, that our country operates in has been built on racism, right? Every system we have is a system of oppression. Housing, jobs, transportation, healthcare, education. And so we need to make sure that we are dismantling that racism in an intentional way. And we need to make sure that we are advocating for the kinds of access to capital, access to property, access to better education that is going to start to stem the tide. My theory of change in this campaign is one of the principles we're working on is repairing the harm done to Black and brown communities. And my theory of change is that if we start to see the racial wealth gap shrink in our community, that's how we'll know we're headed in the right direction, that all these other systems that have been so oppressive, that we're actually starting to make progress, because all those layers are the reason for this wealth disparity. And if we start to shrink that wealth disparity, we will know that we're on the right track with dismantling structural racism in every department and every system that we have in the city.
That was your question.
So you're going to have to give me that again. So racial or reparations. Do I support reparations for our community?
Yeah, I mean,
Yes.
basically.
For Black Americans.
And what specific initiatives
For
have
Black
you
Americans?
either
Yes.
endorsed
That wasn't her
or
question. She said
that you
district.
specifically addressed the issue?
Be clear.
And I actually have not worked directly on any issues that have come forward. I am looking forward to learning more about the efforts that are already going on and participating in that. Because, as has been said, there are systemic issues, and to say otherwise would be foolish. We know that we have not had access, Black folks haven't had the same access to capital as other communities. We know that it's been harder to be able to start a business, to own homes. My personal family experience is one of redlining. One of the reasons that my family built their house on Beacon Hill is because they weren't allowed to be in Seward Park. So I know that history. I know the history of this community because I am this community. So when we're talking about making sure we have access to capital, that includes home ownership, that includes business ownership, that includes making sure that we can actually get loans so that we can start those businesses. And I want to use the leverage of the offices that we have in the city to ensure that we do have access to loans and that we're not denied. That also means providing some support for our small businesses so that they can, through the small business development centers, where they can get technical assistance, assistance working on business plans, marketing plans. I want to use the Office of Economic Development for a business retention and expansion program. And I want to plus that up so that it will support our small businesses. And not only bring them up, but attract more businesses into the community. So entrepreneurs like this young man over here can have the access to capital that he needs to be able to employ more people, train more people, and have more success and thrive in our own communities.